All right, let's get started. So I had this idea almost at the beginning of the year, and I was telling my friend Abigail that I wanted to share more of what I was consuming, things that I enjoy, sort of like a diary of types. And at that time, I really wanted to do Substack to have my like log of what I'm consuming instead of doom scrolling. But I recently have been full of excitement to create, and part of that is with the camera, showing aesthetically visuals, creating stories with it, blending the lines of documentary and just vlogging and having fun. But yeah, so I figure that I should start now and talk about what I've been consuming for the past week. As many of you guys know, I moved back to Tennessee from New York, and it's been a fairly gentle, easeful, and very kind return. I expected it to feel full of fears, and although it has, it's been welcoming me in a way that feels proper and right. Right before coming down here, I was full of anxiety. I was so anxious. I couldn't sleep, and I was just so scared it was gonna follow me. But I have been really grateful to be back home for now and to have time to rest and tap into what I want to invest my time with. So part of that is this. So let's go ahead and share some of the things that I've been consuming. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I want to talk about Hamnet. I saw that movie twice. Once, I believe, right as it came out, and then again, like, with some friends. It was a beautiful theater. It was snowy in New York, and we went to see it, and I thought that the second time was going to be less painful, but it was, in fact, just as much, if not more. If you don't know, there's a book that it's based off of by Maggie, and I really want to read it, but I have been really consumed with, like, the director, Chloe Zhao. She has been talking with press interviews and such, and she talks a lot about her production side of things, and a lot of it has to do with a very meditative mindfulness that I have never ever seen a director have that approach with their films, and I think that it shows in the film. So I will attach a video of one of the interviews here.
Because I have been terrified of death my whole life. I still am so afraid. And because I've been so afraid, I haven't been able to live fully. I haven't been able to love with my heart open because I'm so scared of losing love, which is a form of death. So when you're in your 40s and you kind of go, which is great, by the way, midlife crisis is the best thing that can happen to you. Because what it does is you're on your way to a rebirth. You can't run from this feeling. Your body is changing, and you can feel death. And because I'm so scared of it, I have no choice but to start to develop a healthier relationship with it, or I'm not gonna make it. The second half of life would be too hard.
So it's a way of facing your fear.
It's a way of understanding, because making Hamnet helped me understand that I just know there is another way. I just have a feeling that whoever designed this have decided that you will be born and then die. You will love deeply, but then lose love. It's almost like a cosmic joke.
If you didn't know something about me, I'm really bad at names. It takes me a while to remember them, and there's just a lot of names to remember, especially when there's so much media you're consuming, I would say. So, oh my gosh. So, can we talk about the Super Bowl? Can we talk about Bad Bunny? I loved it. I got to see it with my family, with my brother's girlfriend's family, and we were all just watching. Like, it was 30 of us in a living room cramped together watching this, and I mean, it was just beautiful. I think that everyone was deeply, deeply touched by it. I was so touched by it. I ended up writing a Substack post. I could not sleep that night, and I was like, I want to write about how it affected me. And so I just typed away. I fell asleep, woke up the next morning, finished it, so like sent it off to the world, and I was really proud of that because I have been struggling to share a lot, and I've been really struggling to be personal, and a lot of it is just like, it's private, you know, it's personal, it's my life, it's affecting me, but I was just so happy that the world got to see that, and that we have that. And you know, I'm just so proud of being Latino, and it just makes me so full of love. What else can I say about the Super Bowl? I'm sure we all felt it. Okay, so touching on music, can we have a moment for the Marias? I never knew anything about them, and somehow their song, No One Noticed, came into my ear somehow and touched this very, very deep, affected part of my soul. And it felt like being understood. The last thing I'll say about these beautiful Spanish singing musicians is Natalia Lafourcade. Tiene un álbum que se llama Musas, ok. Y, espérate. Natalia Lafourcade tiene un álbum que se llama Musas Volumen 1, ok. Y es un homenaje al folklore latinoamericano. And this album is just so stunning. It is just, there's some songs in that album that just, if not all of them, touch a string of my heart, but they're specific ones, and every time I hear them, it's just tears to my eyes. And I think that's the beauty of music. I think that we get to live a single life, and sometimes that life feels so heavy, but what we don't know is that everyone we see is probably dealing with just as much weight as we are, or a different kind of weight. And yeah, I'm so moved by music lately. I think this past year was revolutionary for me, where I allowed music to enter my being, and I feel like I listen to music so differently now, in a way that like I can be affected by it. Okay, so the other day I was just clicked on YouTube, and I wanted to watch something as I was drinking my coffee, and there was this video that was titled "This Too Shall Pass," and I clicked on it, and it is this older Chinese woman named Yang Haiying, and the way she spoke to the camera with the message "This too shall pass." There's something so beautiful about it. I will attach it to this video, and I was so moved by it. It is the message that I needed in that moment, and it's just, let's see, it's 17 minutes long, and she just reminds me that what I'm going through will pass, and yeah, and just that optimism and reminder of this too shall pass. Okay, so last but not least, let's talk about the one movie I saw and then the one book that I'm reading. And yeah, I was about to go to bed. Not even. It was like 7, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I got on Netflix and I clicked on a movie. And the movie that I clicked on was You've Got Mail, and it has like a incredible cast. Like, did not expect to know so many familiar faces, or to like see so many familiar faces, but it has Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks, Parker Posey, which was so like, oh my gosh, hey. And Greg Kinnear, and some other ones, yeah. But the movie was sweet. It was lovely. It had that like 90s, early 2000s rom-com feel to it, and it was just so touching. It takes place in New York, so it was really lovely to see like these two characters talk about New York, walk around New York, and like it was just really sweet. And I feel like having lived there, you get a much more appreciation for like when a street is referenced, or when they, walk across somewhere where so yeah. And as my coffee is coming to an end, I would like to talk about this book that I'm reading presently. I'm reading The Cafe on the Edge of the World, and I was very blessed by my friend who took me out to eat. Dawn. Dawn was just, she was a regular at my cafe, and we just connected, and she's been so lovely to me since we met. And we wish each other a warm week at the start of the week, and it's just such a lovely friendship. But this book she gifted to me after going out to dinner with me, and it was like a goodbye dinner. It was really sweet. I got to know her a little more, and she reached out to me and was like, I bought 3 copies of this book that I love, and I've been saving it for the right people, and I would like to gift it to you. And so we met right before going to a protest, and it is just a very sweet novel, a very sweet like short story, just about asking the question like why we are here, and why we spend the time that we do doing the things that we do, and tapping into those like questions. And it's been a good read, especially like having so many changes. It's just such a poignant like, where do you want to land when all these changes come to like a steady space? Like, where, like, what do you want to see? What do you want to spend your time doing? And I am like nearly done with it. I've been reading it slowly. I haven't made much time to read, so it's been consumed with applications, and just other things. Trying to find routine. I was sick for a while, but yeah. And I am on the very, very, very last book of the Neapolitan Quartet, Elena Ferrante, and it's just I have a hard time closing chapters of my life, and so this one for me is very special because I have read the first book many times. It's connected to a lot of special places and people in my life, and when I move up to New York, I read the second one, the third one, just throughout my time there as I'm reading other things. And so I wanted to read this fourth one while I was up in New York, but I have a hard time finishing things. Like, I have a hard time letting go of characters and places and people, and so I oftentimes don't feel like things ever really end, and that's very like in tune to like this Celtic wisdom of like things don't ever end, right? Like, it's somehow always intertwined with present and future and past, and nothing is like, it feels not linear. However, series do come to an end. This one has a finishing, and I should spend time finishing it because I have so many books that I want to read. But I just don't want to let go of Lena and all these characters and this world that I just feel so attached to right now. So we'll finish that, and yeah, thank you for sitting with me, having coffee, and talking about media. I hope that you watch this while you have your own cup of coffee, or while you're enjoying your breakfast or even dinner. I enjoy media like this, videos from people that I appreciate. Yeah, some of them SJ, Grandpa's Book Club, and some other ones. But yeah, I hope this is enjoyable, and I will probably continue to make these just because it feels good to talk about things that, affected you on a very small or grand scale. And it's good to have this, like, it's good to inspire, like, hopefully you listen to one of those songs that I recommended, or a podcast, um, or share with me what you're consuming in the comments or in a message to me. So yeah, thank you for indulging in a little coffee morning with me, and I will see you soon, hopefully. Okay, bye.